Hi, Ella. Oh my God. Hi, Ella. Yeah, I'm still a little froggy. Give me a minute and my voice will warm up, but yeah. How are you, Ella? And yeah, I'm aware there's a bunch of stuff on the screen that doesn't really make sense for a YouTube only stream, but I'm too lazy to change it. And besides, it's awesome that those things happen wherever they happen, right? What are you up to today? I hope you've been having a good Sunday. Are you ready to start your week? Is that something you'd rather not think about right now? Hi, Miro. If we get 5 super chats, any color, I will rip a Pokemon pack. I don't know how pre-rolls work with this. It's kind of impossible for me to tell whether or not, like, it doesn't show me specifically like when they're running ads. What it shows me is a button that says insert ad and then one that says delay ads. Hi, Nine, how are you? I am just sitting here chilling out for the most part. Here, I need to fix some stuff with like sound things because I'm not gonna wear my headphones with everybody home in the house. How y'all doing? I thought I would give a YouTube only stream a try. Just cause. But then am I gonna be, yeah, I'm gonna be able to hear myself through the speakers here. That's better. Reverb is on? Oh my God. There was a feisty cat under my desk last night. All of a sudden, like, the Elgato thing is like telling me it needs access to Discord and stuff. I'm like, oh, it's a cat. There's a cat down there. Here. I'm getting there. I'm getting there with this bag. Like, I have this little ball of yarn that I had to make it into a ball last night so it wouldn't get all tangled up. It has it was trying to get tangled. The tail of the yarn, the very tail of the yarn, like the other end of the yarn was trying to get tangled up in the working yarn. I need to move this, or there it goes. I'm like, where's the YouTube chat? Not doing 100%, but surviving. Hey, look. I feel that. I understand. I have been sick the last few days. So we had talked about doing the kitchen stream today, and then my husband informed me that he would be home early from the shop today, which is great, right? That's good news. I had already started cleaning the kitchen like crazy last night, but I was also like, oh, I'm tired. I don't feel good. But we got to get this done. We should just do it. And then I realized that the following week, he will be out of town. And so that Sunday is actually a better day for a variety of reasons. Now, that said, because he's going out of town for a wedding, it's going to be the Solo 9 show here, and I'm going to need to help out more at the shop. And so this next week will be probably a big departure from our usual schedule. But I'm super happy he's doing this because he does not do stuff like this very often, and it's a high school friend of his, so I'm super happy that he's going. He's anxious about it. I am too. I'm not gonna lie. No, that's okay. I think it'll be a good day to do it. Kids are home. I'm not imposing on like mom, dad, family time. You know what I mean? For this bag, I'm using obviously a different color, but I'm using Curio number 3 cotton thread, which is available on We Crochet. I am a We Crochet ambassador. So if you use code, hi Andy, if you use code AWC 9.5 at checkout on We Crochet, you get an additional 15% off. I am going to be crazy busy as per usual. Yeah, pretty much. Andy, what are you up to today? I hope you're having a good day. This is just my first cup of coffee over here. So I did a very brief live on TikTok. I don't like announcing those in the Discord. I know that irritates some of you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. It's because over there I feel like I'm just testing whether or not I can get people who don't already know about us to come in. And ironically, it's only ever, most people who chat there are people who already know us. So like Rusty Rhymes was in there chatting, which is great. But I'm trying to get new people. And yes, it's good to have people in there chatting. But also, I typically do that at like a really random time that's not like You know what most of it is I decide I'm doing it and then I forget and then I'm already live and I'm like, well. Put dinner in the oven 20 minutes ago and just put the fries in the air fryer and you're knitting in between while watching me. Awesome. What are you working on? Are you working on that? Did you finish the Irish sweater already, Ella? Hey, listen, Miro, I tagged everyone with the rotisserie chicken roll in the Discord today to do this stream. So cut me some slack. Dude, somebody came in while I was live on TikTok yesterday and just straight up flat out was like, I'm only one follower away from 23, whatever it was, 123.6 thousand. I was like, I just immediately was like, does that really work for you? And do you also know that, like, no, I did not buy any TT viewers. Dude, and they also, I don't know, man. Hey, at least they're being upfront about it. They're like, yo, pay to play, like, pay to win. If you want more views, you can just pay for them. So unlike other platforms where they're like, please don't pay for views. TikTok is like, just pay us. I mean, it's just promotion, right? And people pay to advertise their product all the time. Well, your content is the product. So you're really just buying advertising for your channel. And at least it's upfront and there's a rate and they tell you how many views you're going to get, right? But I just feel like it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Is it stupid of me to just be like, no, I want to do it the hard way? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They said spend $24, get 22 point whatever thousand views. But that was like on a post. I don't know about lives. And then they'll also offer to pay you if you talk about how great going live on the platform is. This is really coming along, and I super dig how it looks. What are you working on, Nine? Are you knitting something? I'm sorry, I'm asking you to take your hands off your project to type. Or to tap or whatever. I've thought before about being like, okay, how do I come up with a cute, cheeky way to, like, get people to type in chat that's fun, that's brief, right? You know, it's just like, because I know a lot of people are crafting, and it just feels like we're punished for having an audience that's busy with their hands. You type stuff out. I know, it's okay. Hey, listen. It's all a tool. And you have to decide how you want to use it, right? And you can also decide, right? Like, for example, like I made the decision with Etsy not to use the tool or the platform or whatever, the service. I don't blame anyone else for using Etsy, especially if they have good success there and they're making decent money and it's helping them run their business and get better exposure and stuff like that. But what I was getting from Etsy was not enough to put up with what their business policies are and stuff like that. You're knitting on the Nasty shirt. What is that? Should I already know what that is? Have you already posted pictures of that? Hey, as long as it's not a nipple shirt. Glenn and Maz and everybody were trying to get me to knit a nipple shirt. I'm like, excuse me? I love you guys. No. I mean, it's just a mesh shirt, but... Or maybe that one's crochet. I can't remember. Miro. No, you should not, but it's this one. I'm clicking. Ooh, that's cute.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. Get out of there. We are not live on Twitch. Okay, this one's a DK with US 4 needles. That's a very cute shirt, and it looks like it's not too complicated. It's interesting because the way that it's knitted almost makes it look like open work crochet. From a distance, I was like, wait, is this knitting or crochet? Like the rows that have the eyelet holes almost look like double crochets. But then once you zoom in on it, it's clearly knitting. That's cool. Love the massive delay. Is there really bad delay? Wow, if it's taking you that long to respond to me, then the answer is probably yes. YouTube standard delay. Oh, I need to scoot forward. You guys can't even see what I'm doing. I mean, you can see the piece, but you can't see my hands. Really? That's better. Move the microphone a bit. What up, Mateo? How you doing? 9tube indeed. How are you, my friend? You're on your exercise bike? Hey, good for you, Miro. That's awesome. Yeah, we're gonna need to get outdoors and do some yard work today. I don't wanna.
I mowed a bit yesterday. I'm just like, dude, why? I hate spring and summer colds. There's too much to do. There's all this yard work on top of all the other like normal everyday, family chores. I am happy that I got the kitchen cleaned a bit last night, thinking that I was going to do the special stream tomorrow because it's just nice to walk in there and see it cleaner than usual. And then if I make an effort, I should be able to hopefully, keep it from devolving back to its natural state. You are good. You are taking care of yourself, Miro. That's awesome. What are you up to today, Mateo? I hope nobody's having the Sunday scaries. I know for a lot of people, it's like anticipating the work week already is rough. Ella, are you streaming this week? Also, we do have a super chat goal. If we get 5 super chats of any color, I will rip a Pokemon pack. Of course, there's never any pressure. The ad revenue over here is so much better than Twitch. It's not even funny. Like, if I were to concentrate and post a full-length video once a week, it would totally be worth it. And so it's something I've been considering. No Sunday scaries for you. You're off tomorrow too. Cheers. Good for you, Andy. You were live today and I missed it? Poopy. And if nothing comes in between, you will do on Thursday. Okay. Well, Thursday's going to be... probably going to be kind of a long day. Because hubby has to go to the airport early in the morning. We looked into it, and like long-term parking for him to just drive himself there is outrageously expensive. Or short term, or whatever it is he was looking into, because I think, he's not going to be gone that long. But parking a vehicle there and leaving it was very, very expensive. You guys should go follow Ella on Twitch. I'm going to need new glasses. I think it's time. I'm going to need progressives. Because the thing I'm noticing is like up close like this, that is way better. Like, I can actually see that. I mean, I'm nearsighted, but like this. Ella was live 3 a.m. my time. Okay. Well, that doesn't stop some people. I was dead to the world at that time. I was sandwiched in between two dogs with a cat sleeping on top of me. What do you mean, Miro? I didn't say any names. Ella, quick, come to my defense. I don't know. I think if we're placing bets, Ella's probably going to be on Miro's side. I've said it before and I'll say it again. When you have work, you make the responsible choice and you get your rest that you need in order to be able to function at your job. I am only teasing, of course. Oh, I was jokingly saying, Ella, that you should come to my defense because I was maybe picking on somebody just a little bit. In a good-natured way. But then I said, probably you would take Miro's side. You know, European Union and all. I mean, you guys do speak more languages in common than I do with either of you, so. I don't know. Gaslighting is like a very specific term, and it has an extremely negative connotation. Which, like, I understand that you're just being, you know, you're playing, but it really means like when you try to convince somebody of something that's not true, like you try to convince them that something that didn't happen. Maybe that is what you mean, but it's like you're literally telling them, no, that didn't happen. You're hallucinating, or you're wrong, or you're lying when they aren't. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm the one who's missing why you're saying that. You do whatever you need to do, Ella. Yeah, it's like psychological manipulation. It's like you're trying to make someone think that something did or did not happen when it's not true. I just want to make sure that you know what I mean. I've said it before and I will say it again. Your English is impeccable, and I wish I spoke any language as well as you speak English. So I hope you don't feel like I'm trying to talk down to you or anything like that. It's nothing like that. Just that one has a very specific meaning. And before you try to say something about Spanish or Russian, my Spanish is so-so and my Russian is terrible. So I don't want to hear it. Cool. Dang it. Oh, gotta attach a new ball of yarn. No. Stop that. Stop trying to be so nice to me. Dang it. Don't you know this is the internet? People are supposed to be merciless. There we go. Oh, I've never studied French. Other than food and wine words. Yes. Well, then there's even like regional, stuff. So it's like when Southerners say, bless your heart, there's also inflection and context. So if a Southerner says, bless your heart, they like that is very different from, oh, bless your heart, right? Those two, it's the exact same words, but that phrase in one part of the United States can mean a lot of different things, and those two ways I just said that mean two totally different things. One means, oh, I'm so sorry, I hope you're okay. And one means, oh boy. Oh, honey. I went to the post office yesterday and sent out Rexy's giveaway win from the BPPE, DJ's yarn, Jenicole's Pokemon cards that I hadn't sent out in a long time, and some stickers. Hi, Amy. Amy, you had 2 sticker wins. So I put them in the same envelope. Speaking of, I put them in the same envelope for you. No love notes in the stickers. I love you guys, and I love sending you things. But sometimes I'm like, okay, if I sit here and write notes to every single person, I got to send them. Oh, poor Nine. She has so many people to send things to. But you know what I mean. In the interest of efficiency, I will just send the stuff out sometimes with no love notes or anything. But yes, I got a bunch of stuff sent out yesterday. And I have a couple more things. I have a few more things I need to send out to get caught up. Also, I overheard them talking about how they were probably going to extend the BPPE like at least about halfway through May. Whoops. Oh no, that is where I 1, 2, 3, 4. But I think that's all that I had you down for in the prize form, Amy, was 2 different sticker prize wins. Trying to pay attention when I'm sending something to somebody that I don't owe them something else. I ended up paying for shipping twice. For Redtastic and Cbus. It's not the end of the world, but shipping ain't cheap. Hi, Cranston. How are you? I forget, Cranston. Do you guys sell comics at the shop? Oh, but you used to. Oh, okay. I was going to say, can I commiserate with you about Free Comic Book Day? But I mean, so did you guys did, so you do understand the unique challenges presented by Free Comic Book Day. Can anyone let you know if you get ads? That is, if y'all don't have YouTube Premium or whatever it's called. It shows me I can insert an ad anytime. I just did it. Oh, okay. It was under different ownership. I see. See, like, it doesn't tell me how long the ad break is. Thank you. Thank you for telling me you're back, because it doesn't tell me how long the ad break is going to be. It's literally just a button that says insert ad. And then there's also a button that says delay ads. Stream settings, analytics, viewer activity, stream health. No. Alasa, you're okay. Please don't feel bad about that. I think if I understand correctly, we still get paid for skippable ads. It's just I think the rates are different or something. How are you, Alessi? You extremely rarely get ads unless you refresh after a while into the stream. I see. Yeah, we're experimenting. I'm just trying different things, and I'd like to see if trying to direct more traffic to YouTube for a live here and there might help push some of our other content. I don't expect VODs that I publish here to do super, super well, because that's definitely a very niche thing where it's like, that's for established fans. And this is one reason why many people will have a separate VODs channel on YouTube, which is something I have considered. But that would be a lot of work. Because I don't have these VODs stored anywhere else. There's not room on my computer for them. I could start the process now of downloading them to, like, I do have an external drive somewhere around here. You're sore but okay. Weather isn't too kind to your spine. I'm sorry to hear that. It's giga complicated with ads revenue on YouTube. Yes, but they do pay better. There's no two ways about it. Like, I'll look at my ad revenue and be like, holy heck, I don't even know what that is that I made $11 off of today. I mean, it'll tell you what videos make. You can go look at all the special analytics stuff. But I'll get like I'll see that I have like a bump in ad revenue. And for whatever reason, it's just that advertiser pays better than the other advertisers. And I will say this, I never have to check any of the boxes. This is one reason why, even though I totally get it, and I'm not picking on anyone for, doing their content the way that they want to. When you use excessive profanity and when you discuss certain topics frequently, etc., then you're supposed to check the box, and they scan your content. And even with some where I don't know that we deserved to get the notification, I've gotten the notification that their scanning tools detected this, that, the other thing, which, like, it's whatever. It could be that we used sarcastically used a term that could be misconstrued as bullying, right? Whatever. They want advertiser safe content, and they are a bit less forgiving. You have yet to be brave enough to do much with YouTube. Don't overthink it. That's my advice. Because for a while you were getting 1 hour, 15-minute podcasts as an ad, but from what you read, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't expect anyone to let an hour and 15-minute long podcast that gets inserted as an ad run. And I'm not, trying to advertise their products for them to you for any reason other than if you can afford it and want it. But if you are premium, if you're YouTube premium, it's just like Turbo. You count as impression credit or whatever. The person gets paid, but you don't get the ads. It is getting spendy, though. They're raising the price on YouTube Premium again. Yeah, a 45-minute ad during a 15-minute long video. It seems like they should not be allowed to insert ads that exceed the length of the original video itself. I feel like it's bad business for them to do that, is what I'm saying. Dude, this is looking so cool. And it's chill over here, and we're just chatting, and I'm getting crocheting done. No, I had a lot of fun yesterday, and I think I need to make it more of a regular thing to do marbles. There is really such like a sweet community of people with that game. And it's a lot of the people who used to do Stream Raiders too. Still do marbles. And for such long intermissions, they should pay giga monies. Yeah, I don't know. Well, hey, Alasse, so, Alasse, you got some clips? You got to work smarter, not harder with stuff like YouTube. You got a bunch of clips from your channel? Like, if somebody asked you, hey, could you put together a clips reel? Would you have enough clips that you would feel like you could do that? At least like a dozen clips? That you'd be like, yeah, this is representative of me and my community and what I like about streaming and who I am as a person. Okay. Shorts. It doesn't have to be a recent clip. It doesn't have to be from the last week or even the last year. If there's just a funny moment that you think was fun, you can start with just doing shorts. Do not overcomplicate. It is right there in your dashboard. Try to get paid 3 times for the same content. You already made the content, Alasse. It's there. And if you have VODs saved anywhere, then you have VODs you could upload to YouTube as well. And you can export that stuff directly to YouTube. Seriously. Oh, crap. Miro, I need to delete some stuff. Or whatever. I'm sorry, Miro. Miro is an editor for the channel, so he helps me with exporting and doing some stuff with like highlights and junk like that. So, for example, if you go into your dashboard and you go to your clips, you can go in here to your clips, right? Here, I'm going to make this the full screen. You can go in here into your clips, Alasse, and just say share. Look at this one.
I probably will continue to talk after I'm dead. I will continue to talk after I'm dead.
Wait, can you guys
I
hear
will
that?
continue to talk after I'm
I don't know if I have it set up so you can actually hear that audio. Yeah, you should be able to. Right? So here's this. I haven't said this one anywhere yet, but it is
continue
funny.
to talk after I'm dead. I definitely will, because there's like hundreds of hours of footage of me talking on the internet. So go watch it.
See? I'm talking about it in this clip.
There, how's that? How's that for CTA?
Okay. Seriously? It's this easy. Now, I am participating in a beta. That's why the captions are automatically added. Unfortunately, most people do not have access to this yet. Thank goodness they're doing this. It makes it so much easier. This is what AI should be used for with content. Not for generating content, but for automatically adding captions for you so that you don't have to do that work. Because so many of us, especially at like the stage that I'm at, and many, many people, we do not have someone doing editing for us professionally, etc. We can't afford it yet. I'd love to pay somebody to do that stuff. Get me famous or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be rad to be able to be like, here you go, have some money, and please just do a nice job editing my content, right? Like, and it's hard because you have to find somebody trustworthy. You're giving them access to your stuff in a way that you don't give to just the everyday average, moderator or whatever. So you can share, you can connect in your Twitch dashboard, Alasse. You can connect your YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. You can choose to export it to X/Twitter, Facebook, Reddit. So what are you waiting for? Go back through your clips. Like, it doesn't have to be recent ones. And you can even go in here, right, and say sort by views high to low. Views low to high, and that way you can also go in, and the ones that have lower views might often be like accidental clips and stuff that's not really representative of your channel, and you could get rid of those if you want to. And you can search by title or category. So if you're like, you know what, every Monday I'm going to post a Minecraft clip. If you play a lot of a game and you want to post regularly on the same day of the week and post the same category of content that you're making that day, then you can go in and search by title, category, etc. Right? There's other filters as well. You can narrow it to a date range. If you do want only clips from, say, like, for example, the last 24 hours, last 7 days, last 30 days, past year, all time, you can specify the date range. They give you the tools to promote yourself elsewhere. Don't get me started how it feels kind of weird that they're like, yeah, just go ahead and promote yourself on other platforms instead of giving us a functioning content feed on Twitch where people can leave comments. Now there's likes, at least. You guys can like clips on Twitch. Now, another thing you can do if you want to, if you'd like to be able to edit it further, they do not give you editing tools on Twitch that include things like being able to cut out dead air. For that, you will have to download it and use something like CapCut or another editing, whatever editing software you want to use. I would caution you against just trusting things like CapCut to automatically edit things for you. I've attempted to use it in the past just for experiments, like, oh, does it work? Sometimes it works okay. Other times, not so much. CapCut does have good captioning that you can edit, and I've already given them the feedback that if they want this tool to really work for us as streamers, they need to give us the option. So, for example, right, many of us will have ourselves off to one side of the horizontal picture. I need to refresh the YouTube chat. I'm not sure if you guys have been talking. See, you guys have been talking, and it was frozen. Let me know. Yes, I know that. You mean this? Yes, storage. Yes. You could hear. Also think you have the beta for that. Oh, there you go. Yeah, if you have the beta for auto clips, use it and give them feedback and tell them. So the thing that I find frustrating is like when I'm doing a crafting stream, especially, and, I have myself like we have right now where I have the project in one part of the stream and then face cam. The captions are in one place and that's it. And you can't move them. And ads, BRB. Okay. So I've already given them the feedback saying like, hey, it'd be awesome if we could adjust the placement and edit because it doesn't always get it right. The captions are not always 100% correct. So on my YouTube shorts, I posted a quick clip from the Fortnite stream from the second channel. And I used CapCut for that one. And it did not caption it completely correctly. And in fact, I noticed there was one other place after I posted it. I noticed that there was one other place that it didn't caption correctly, but that's okay. But then you can do things like, chop up the footage however you want. And in that instance, you're obviously downloading the clip from Twitch to your device, whether it's a phone or a computer. And I have noticed we get good views on some of the stuff that I directly export from Twitch to YouTube. Ads are different for every user, Sag. Yeah. And it's okay to be very picky with anything AI, but I think if it's just for the purpose of automatically captioning your videos, that's a time-saving thing that's not altering your content to make it look like something that it's not. So I think that's extremely useful. And, so many of us are trying to run this tiny, small business and get it where we can afford to pay somebody to do things, bespoke and all that. And don't always have time to learn or sit and do these things ourselves. It's very time-consuming editing. So I'm okay with using their auto captions and, it often does not get it right with like what's worthy of clipping. And I've been giving them the feedback about that too. I'm like, oh, like when I'm in the BRB screen, those are already existing clips. It will clip the clips, which is funny, actually. I'm like, yes, that was a clip-worthy moment, but how do you tell it that? Anyway, I don't believe in gatekeeping this stuff or anything, so well, it's clipped as you. You are the clipper. The broadcaster ends up being the clipper, the person who clipped it or whatever, the account that clipped it. They should definitely give us specific, you know what I mean? Like we should have control. Like only as far as I know, only I am allowed to like use that content. Oh, I understand. When they invited me to be part of it, they showed me 2 clips that would be example clips. And I mean, anytime you're using a third party to broadcast, like, you know, they have a lot of access to your content. And there's probably tons of clauses that say, like, hey, understand you're using our system to broadcast your content. Well, these are our rights to your content. And, you know, it's not a bad idea to understand what all of that means. But they asked me if I'd like to be involved. I was invited to use the tool. So you can always turn them down. But the 2 clips they sent me, one of them was just so-so. It wasn't like... It was just kind of boring. It wasn't really that interesting of a moment. And the other one was like a really awesome... I actually downloaded it. It was like a really awesome moment for St. Jude fundraising. Sure, exactly. Yeah, brainstorming, etc. But fully replacing is tough. And, you know, for a little while there, I was experimenting with some of the song stuff and writing my own lyrics, but then letting it write the music. And I've stopped doing that because I read enough stuff about how these companies are able to generate music, and that it can hurt musicians, that I decided to stop using it. I need to replace some things on the stream that are AI songs. It's hard because some of them were made for us by other people who had all the best intentions. Lurk to do some sanding, no worries. Enjoy. But then, like, I don't know if that person had, you know, a commercial license, etc. I think the technology is just so new. We really need, you know, some restrictions on it to make sure that it's not just a surreptitious way to commit theft of intellectual property. Yes, I know. So I'll say this is the reason why people dinner was delightfully delicious. Nice. What did you have for dinner? Did you say already? So, having worked with multiple artists on music and art for the channel and editing, the issues that present themselves are what what drive people to end up doing like AI type stuff and all that. I know who you're referring to, and I love that guy, and I bet he would do a great job. But the other thing to think about, right, is like, okay, so then, you know, you start the process of like, hey, can you do this song for me? And then they work on it. And then maybe it's not what you wanted. And you don't want to offend or upset them. So you've already paid for it, and they give it to you, and you either just take it, or there's a back and forth and all these other things. I understand why this process, it's just like making something like a commission. I am more than happy to be patient and to throw money at humans to do things for me. But then there's the cost being, sometimes I would never want to tell someone, well, your prices are too expensive for me. But that is a concern. And yes, in the past, occasionally I have sent, I've set goals for support for the channel so that I can turn around and throw money at somebody else to make art for us or music. And that's amazing. But I don't like asking directly for all of those things all the time. I want the channel to be able to support itself and for people to be like, wow, I love this. I want to support it. And then I go, wow, there's so much support that I have extra funds. It's hard. I don't like asking directly. I really feel like a healthy channel is just bringing in the money. And then the streamer does not have to ask you guys. Their money is just there because the channel's doing well. Is that a weird thing to want? For it just to run itself and to perpetuate itself and to support itself and not to have to be sticking my hand out going, give me this money. And it's different if you have like a financial emergency and this is what you do full time for a living and you really need the help from your community because otherwise you might have to quit streaming or whatever and go get a job. Even that, it's like, well, sometimes people have to just have a job and stream. Like, that's life. Everyone has expenses. We all have things we have to pay for. Emergencies happen. That's why you save. Yeah, the goal is for the channel to be paying for itself and not for there to have to be a specific ask. But people like knowing where their funds are going. They like the idea of like, well, I contributed and that helped achieve this. So you have to be able to balance those two things is really what it is. So, I mean, you know, you can take the approach of like, well, okay, so being a member helps me, you know, do this or that or the other thing. Being a Twitch subscriber or what have you. And like, I have a Ko-fi goal on my screen right now for helping me pay for the rent for the studio, but I hate it. On the one hand, I dislike it, I should say. I dislike it. It doesn't, I feel like it's like, well, you should just be successful enough that you decide it's time to move into a studio. But I am bursting out of our house. And if the opportunity comes up for me to occupy a space outside of our house, I don't want to pass it up just because it would be difficult to afford. But then I feel guilty for, you know, putting up a goal like that. Well, you should just be working hard enough and making good enough content that people are excited to support it and, you know, It's just overthinking everything, which is, you know, again, a pretty normal human thing. But we don't live in a perfect world where people who put in the work get the funds they deserve. Yeah, I'm aware. Life is not fair. It's why, if you can, you'll completely leave out the fact that your job is content creating unless the streamer and community already know or the streamer brings it up. Yeah. So yeah, we're just supposed to, like, you know, try and figure out all these different ways to, you know, cobble it together. And that's great, actually. It gives you freedom. Yeah, there's also risk, and there's also, you know, periods of difficulty. There's, like, peaks, valleys, plateaus, etc. You know, whether that's viewership or financial support or all of the above. You know, just because you have good viewership does not mean that you automatically have a lot of financial support. I've seen some streamers on some platforms post their like analytics for their financials, and they have 3 times the viewership that we have and half the income from Twitch. And I'm not trying to like flex on anyone. I'm saying just because somebody has really good or higher, better, whatever viewership, etc., does not necessarily mean that they are like raking in money. Being partner on Twitch, being partner on YouTube, having high viewership and high engagement, it does not automatically equal like success in all the things, and you can just get to sit back and not worry about any of it. Well, listen, you guys have been very well behaved today, and that's because we're on YouTube, and there's not as many buttons you can push over here. Why do you think I went live over here? But again, also to see if like, okay, so going live on TikTok definitely will boop the algorithm a little bit. I don't know if the same is true of YouTube. So this is a science experiment. Thanks for helping me conduct an experiment. It's science. Oh, Alasse, here, I'm going to use the phrase from earlier, bless your heart. There are some people, Alasse, who will go way out of their way to... How do I put this without making it sound like I'm inviting this sort of energy right now? Let's just say where there's a will, there's a way. What I like about this pattern is you can kind of just keep going and it's obvious when you get to the end of a round. So, like, eventually I'll take a look at the pattern and be like, where am I again? But you're basically sort of like freehanding, but with... It even said something in the pattern, like if you prefer to just sort of freehand... No, you're good, Alasse. Please don't worry about that. Your main account is a... What? Huh? What do you mean? I don't see anything. Nothing has happened. You are, see? This is the definition of gaslighting. I see no activity. Ma'am. I don't know what you're talking about. Did you do something? I have thought about doing members only live streams here because, you know, we're doing it for Patreon and there's not a ton of you here, but whatever. Ella, you should tell me if you did something because it's not showing up on my end. Did you sign up for a YouTube membership? Maybe I misunderstood you. And that's totally okay. But if you did, please tell me because there's nothing on my side. I have refreshed the OBS version of YouTube chat. I have refreshed my preview thing. I don't see anything. Ads for you. Thank you, Miro. Your other account can't type, apparently. Are the messages sending? Hold on, I'm looking at something. Yeah, I don't see any messages from another account. That's weird. Yeah, and I'm on live chat and not top chat, which can filter out messages sometimes. Ella, if you want to DM me the username, I think that I can like whitelist it in my settings on YouTube. It's weird. Community moderation. User management. Approved users. No, I know, but if you send me your channel URL for your main account, I can tell it that you are an approved user. You just need to send me the, you sent me a DM. Can you grab your own YouTube channel URL for that account? I mean, you might not have one. Here. No matching users found. Thank you. Now it found it when you sent me that link. Okay, so you should try again. That is very strange. I'm in a YouTube creator Discord, and I might message there and ask why that could possibly happen. There you are, and you have the badge next to your name. Thank you! That is so strange, though. Weird. Why would that be? Why would they allow you to pay for a membership but not be able to chat? Because if there's an explanation for it, I would want to know. Thank you so much. You really did not need to do that. I appreciate you. You're supposed to get an alert and stuff. I know that's not why you do it, okay? I know that. Let me look and see if it shows anything in my Stream Elements feed. Yeah, nothing. Here, let me filter. It just shows some subscriptions from people who allow their... I know you don't need alerts. It just shows some subscriptions from people who allow their subscriptions to be public. And that's it. Very strange. Oh yeah, who knows? That's that's weird. Well, thank you, Ella. You know, you do a lot for our community already, so...
At Elisa Cron became a member.
What? Level 3? No, why? That's ridiculous. You upgraded a tier, but why? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's silly. I shouldn't even have a tier 3 here. I was thinking about creating another Patreon tier, but I don't know if I should, because it's not like we have any tiers that are sold out. Yeah, hun. We can go for a little while later today, but we have a bunch of stuff we need to do around the house to get ready for the week. And we also have a ton of yard work that needs to be done. So I'm not going to be on here too terribly much longer. And we're going to get outside and get yard work done. And we need to do a bunch of laundry. Have a good walkies. I love you, Ella. Thank you. You are so amazing, guys. Please make sure you're following Ella on Twitch. And she has a YouTube as well. I think you only post to the... I forget which one, but Miro, if you would, if you have free hands and you want to post all the links for Ella, because Ella won't do it herself, I'm sure. And she's going for walkies. You go for walkies. I love your face. Ella is beautiful inside and out and heckin' talented. Do you want to say hi? Come here.
Baby kitty. Hello, baby kitty. Oh, you want some snuggles? You're so cute. Oh, my goodness.
We're going to do that next week. Ramona, we're going to do it next week. I don't want to I don't want to tie up the kitchen when Daddy's home. Daddy's going to be home in a little bit. I know, I changed my mind and it's okay and we'll do it next week. This is baby Apollo. He's not so much of a baby anymore. He's practically like a just regular cat, aren't you? I know. We'll have a lot of fun with it, though, because you guys are going to get to help me do a kitchen stream. A whole kitchen stream. Come on, you're going to have a blast. Oh, baby kitty. Oh, buddy. Oh, little baby cat. Oh, my love. He's my baby. I hear you. Hey, life is full of change, sweetheart. I'm sorry. I know that's disappointing. She upgraded her tier because she was allowed to chat? What do you mean? Oh, okay. I'll let you down. I'll let you down. Hey, why are you being mean to me right now? Why are you being mean? Ramona, I am not going to be doing stuff in the kitchen upstairs when Daddy could walk through the door at any minute because he doesn't want to be on camera. And this is also his house and he doesn't give very much time off. So when I found out that he was going to come home early today, I decided to postpone it. And that is that. I love you. Please stop acting like I'm being mean to you. I feel like you're being kind of rude and mean to me. I want to do it, baby, but it's going to be a lot easier next week because we got to do it upstairs. I'm not doing pieing down here in my office. No, Ramona. I'm not going to do a 5-minute stream to let you pie me and then stop the stream, BB. And we got to give people a heads up about it so they know when it's happening. And I already posted that we're going to do it next week. I apologize for the last minute change of plans, Ramona. I know you're excited to do this and I'm excited to have you do it, but it doesn't make sense to do it this weekend. Sure. Oh. Yeah, we can do that, of course. She wants to do a... She has a gross... Is it the gross chemistry set? She has a gross chemistry set. She got for, I think, maybe Christmas or her birthday last year. And there's some experiments in it we haven't gotten around to yet. Well, one thing that you will need to do, Ramona, one thing that you will need to do is to clean off the kitchen table. Well, yeah, I didn't want to leave it on her and let a bunch of makeup get on it. Wow. Wow. Dude. I will say, if I do this again, I will not use a standard chain, or I will use a larger size hook, because this is rather tight right here, and so that makes me nervous that it's gonna end up breaking at some point, that we might have enough stress right here that it would break. I suppose the other option would be to crochet an additional bottom liner. Or maybe even use like a piece of plastic that's like an oval and crochet that into the bottom. This is a pay-for pattern that I found. I was looking for, I like the standard market bag designs, but I was looking for something a little bit different. So eventually it will be like that. It's a bag. The pattern is called Bark Net Bag, Mesh Bag maybe. By, what is it again? Bark Net Market Bag, Sidsel Sandgild. Here is the that is the link to the Ravelry page. It does cost after I paid about $7 US for it. Oh, yeah. Hey, that's awesome. That's really awesome news. I'm so happy for you. That's good. Whoops. I had to frog an entire round last night because I realized I hadn't done the chain stitches that I was supposed to do in between the front post double crochets on one cluster, and unfortunately that's not really something you can just ignore in a pattern like this or fix after the fact. But it's okay. At least it was just one round. Oh, no. Just whatever you do, don't call me senpai, okay? Sensei. I think I had started a pineapple tablecloth with this and decided I just didn't really want to finish a project that big to then like not want to ever use it because it's too precious. And I realized that it fits a round table, and I mean, if you make one large enough, it would be okay on a square or a rectangle table, but we have a rectangular table in our kitchen. Oh my God, Queen, Empress, whatever. No. Okay. I don't want to go yell at children to do chores. I mean, I'm not really going to yell at them. I'm saying, like, I don't want to have to direct everyone's activities for the day. Can I have a day off? I am neither a queen nor an empress. Those involve way more responsibility than I am prepared to take on. Thank you very much for coming to my TED Talk. I will be taking no further questions. All right. Lastly, if you want to, you can post your crochet stuff in the show and tell in the Discord. We'll be doing that tomorrow. All right. I do with something like this like to get a little ways into. Here, I'm gonna do. These. A little ways into the repeat before stopping so I can look back and go, oh, I was doing 2 4 2 4 like that, and not worry about like am I doing the right repeat, right row of the repeat. I am stoked about this. It looks so cool. I want to make one in this color as well. I was wondering if it would look weird if I did stripes. Or like, could you do green Coral, green, coral, green, coral, green, coral. As mothers, the only way to get a day off is to send them away for a day, and even then you worry, so it's still not a full day off. It's totally true. It's okay. It's all right. Hey, look, I am very fortunate. I'm very blessed. I know there's lots of people who would love to be busy with the things that sometimes add up and make me feel a bit stressed. I understand that. So, I always try and, when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I always try and remind myself that these stressors are actually all part of things that I am grateful for. So it's kind of like I saw an interview with Stephen Colbert where he was talking about that he's grateful for even the worst moments of his life because it's all part of it. And where you're at now on your journey might feel like it's difficult, but you may look back on it and be like, wow, that really wasn't as hard as I felt like it was at the time. It's all relative. If you guys want to, you can go and support our friend Supreme Doom, who's on a partner push. Speaking of people who are currently in kind of an important part of their content creation journey, here's Doom's link. We don't raid, obviously, on YouTube, but I appreciate everybody hanging out and just want to make sure that we're supporting our friends who are trying to get partner in the creative categories, especially as, Artists and Makers Club founding advisor is our title now. Important to me to make sure that people feel like they're seen and their goals are being achieved by, receiving consistent community support. Yeah, and there's been a lot of just normal but difficult to navigate, complex, adulting stuff. And it's all, again, because we have kids and want to provide for them and for them not to end up caring for us, at least not financially. That we will not be a financial burden on our children in our old age, which is, we did not start saving actively for our retirement because we could not for many years. We were paycheck to paycheck. And that's so frustrating because, you know it's coming. And if you have kids, you start thinking about that eventuality. And the last thing I ever want is for them to be responsible for, paying our bills when we're older. They need to be building their lives and taking care of their own kids if they have them, or just them. So trying to set them up to make the best use out of their productive adult years as they possibly can, enjoy themselves, save up for their own vacations, have the experiences they want to have, pursue their goals in life. Physically is sometimes just unavoidable, I'll say, and you should not feel guilty about that, even though I know that that's probably very difficult, and it's something we're struggling with my mom because she's increasingly less capable of caring for herself and her husband. They are both just getting to that point in life. And sometimes it's because they have, you have illness or injury or other things, chronic illness or injury can mean that you end up needing more help. And that is so hard because no one wants to be a burden. You are not a burden, alas say. Everyone needs help sometimes. And you are doing the best that you can to try to make sure that you can be as independent and mobile as you can so that you can take care of yourself the best that you are able with the limitations that you currently have. Oh, ads. Well, it would be nice to know that those are coming. I will say that's something Twitch does at least give you the tools. I have mentioned this many times that I do wish that Twitch... we love you, Alessi. I do wish that Twitch would... Thank you for being in here today. You have made this stream over here fun and engaging for everybody, not just for me. When you guys come and you participate and you talk, and I hate having to give this disclaimer every time, but if you've just been sitting and listening, that's great. You are still helping. But when you're able to participate and chat and talk with other people and connect with our community members and converse with them in the chat, you are helping to make this a great place to be. It's a team effort, you know? I understand that not everybody can do it. You know, maybe they're working, maybe they're caring for their own family, maybe they prefer to sit back and watch. They're not big on chatting. That's totally all right. But for those of you that are willing and able to spend time in the channels and interact, leaving comments and all that stuff, I want it to be genuine. I don't want you to feel like you're forcing yourself to do it, but it is helpful. It's very helpful. A healthy and thriving community is full of people who are actually genuinely interested in interacting with one another and showing each other, you know, like interest and kindness, and you want it to somewhat run itself, like I was talking about earlier. You want it to be something that has a life of its own. It isn't just about me. I got to press the button. I have the camera pointed at me. It's my face. It's my voice that's coming through the screen. But it is about so much more than 9.5, than Kelsey. It's so much more than this person. All of you. You are what makes this place have a life of its own. So that said, if anybody's watching and you want to join our Discord, we do have a Discord server. We do request respectfully that you refrain from joining the Discord if you're under the age of 18, not because the server would be inappropriate for people under 18, but because you need to be careful. And we do not have 24/7 monitoring of our Discord. You need to protect yourself. So 18 and over, please. We do have show and tell tomorrow on Twitch. Oh, Miro, is it a streamer spotlight day? I think it is, because I think we postponed it from last Monday. I need to come up with a victim. I know, and trust me, Alasse, I understand all too well. I never want to bring any of my troubles or my worries, you know, to someone else's chat or to our channel. Yeah, we should do it tomorrow. That is, you know, if I don't pick up a substitute shift, because I'm able to do that now. And thank you for your help, everyone. It does not appear that there is one at this moment, but that could change. And again, I love you guys, and I will be here as consistently as I possibly can, but it's difficult to turn down a guaranteed rate. Like if somebody said, hey, we'll pay you, you know, X amount of dollars, and it's like a good rate, I'm not going to, you know, it would be gauche, I feel, to disclose the amount. But let's just say it is well worth it. It is a whole day's work, but it is well worth it, you know, and it provides me the opportunity to get to know the students better so that I can hopefully administer for as long as they'll have me, because I am concerned that the program might not exist next year. The enrichment program that they've hired me for. So, oh, Alasse, thank you. When I first started doing this, it was so casual, and I did not take it seriously at all. I had fun with it, and I was like, wow, it would be cool if this turned into something, you know, bigger than just like a fun side hobby or whatever. And, you know, I did quickly, after like the first year or so, feel like that would be an eventual goal. But I also tried to be very real with myself and go, you have a lot of obligations and a lot of stuff going on, and chances are not very high that you will be able to drop what you do full time in order to pursue this. But then the pandemic happened, and it's so hard because I have such survivor guilt sometimes from the pandemic. The pandemic meant that my husband ended up having a massive amount of overtime at his job, to the point where we all of a sudden found ourselves in the position to purchase a home. Now, we couldn't do it right in the Portland area, which is where we were living at the time. Housing is just way too expensive there. But then after that, we also found ourselves in a position. We had access to funds to start a family-owned business. And that meant that, he could go do something that he wanted to do instead of, there he is. So I'm going to answer this and say goodbye. We don't have a big, raid out, whatever here. I love you guys. Have a great day. Thank you for putting me in the position to do this. You're wonderful.